Story number 1. I have been married to my current husband for 7 years, and his 2 sons live with us, 18 and 13. I have 2 of my own. My son is 23 years old, and my daughter will be 16 next month. 2 years ago, when my stepson turned 16, my husband wanted to get him a car. I agreed and offered to contribute financially as well. I made considerably more than my husband, so I had a feeling I'll be covering most of it, considering my husband's ex-wife wanted no part of it. She always claims she has no money and dismisses the idea of contributing to her son's car because she has no money. My husband and I purchased a 2010 Chevrolet Silverado for him. It's in excellent condition considering it has over 98,000 miles on it. We thought it would be a great first car for him, and he appreciated the gift. Fast forward to the beginning of this June. Knowing that my daughter will be turning 16 in July, I talked to my husband about getting my daughter a car. And then I talked to my ex-husband about it, because that is who my daughter lives with most of the time. My ex-husband has a good job and earns a comfortable living. My ex-husband said he would be willing to split the cost of her car with me. Well, we ended up finding her a 2016 Jeep Cherokee. It's a lovely car, and we got it for a steal of price. The car has been at my house since we were waiting for her birthday, and my husband has expressed his frustrations to me over the last week or so. He said he did not want to think of anything of it, but my stepson came to him questioning the much nicer car for my daughter. My husband probably did not think much of it at first, but the longer it sat here, the more it pissed him off. It got to the point where my husband and stepson talked with me about maybe getting my stepson a nicer car for his high school graduation. Sometimes I can be a jerk when I get frustrated, and I told them how I spent roughly the same amount of money on my stepson's car as I did on the Jeep. This part is true. The Jeep cost me an extra $1,500, but I don't think it was a big difference. I then proceeded to say if he wanted a nicer car, he should call up his mom and have this conversation with her. I told them how my ex-husband was willing to split the cost, and that's why my daughter got the Jeep. I told them both that I had done everything I could, and it was not my fault that my ex-husband was willing to split the cost. And if they are really looking for someone to blame, they should blame his asshole mother. My stepson left crying, and my husband told me that it's not his fault that his mother is a piece of crap, and that he's sorry he can only work part-time at the animal shelter. I apologized for making him feel cheated with cars, but I thought it was very generous of me to buy him that car in the first place. And I can't be blamed that my ex was willing to help when my husband's ex wasn't. So guys, am I the asshole? Story number 2. I collect and construct plastic models of various war machines, which I keep in one of my rooms. It is a hobby of mine that I've been doing since I was 16. My 8-month boyfriend recently demanded that I get rid of half of them because he believes they are racist and fascist. I have around 55 tanks and airplanes and gun models from various countries around the world, including the United Kingdom, the United States of America, Iran, France. And then he demanded that I throw out all the French, Chinese, and Iranian ones. I really don't have any political motivations for these models, and I keep them as a hobby, but there is a culture difference between me and my boyfriend, so it may not be acceptable. I'm a Chinese guy, and he's an American guy, and I've heard that Americans are really serious about racial issues. I try to explain that it's my collection, that I work hard on it, and that I just like the appearances of the planes, tanks, and guns, not the politics behind them. But he says he does not want a racist boyfriend, and that he will break up with me if I don't throw them away. We had a 4-hour conversation about this stuff, and I still am not going to throw them away. So he became enraged and left my house early. I adore him, but I don't think I'm willing to throw away something I've worked so hard on for years. But at the same time, I'm not sure how acceptable these kinds of model tanks, planes, and guns are. I'm wondering how acceptable these things are on a global scale, and if he was correct, So, am I the asshole for not wanting to give up my hobby? A small edit. I spoke with him on the phone about it to try to reach an agreement, but he doubled down and said I had to paint all the models completely purple, even the ones he didn't mind before. I obviously refused, and now he's furious and accusing me of cheating and claiming I don't love him. I'm honestly about to break it off. Story number 3. I'm a 37-year-old woman and my 28-year-old brother began dating one of those brutally honest girls a few months ago. She can be quite rude and make backhanded comments about me and the family at times, which is bothersome. But my brother says she's not malicious, but it's just a brutally honest time and we should get used to it. I visited my parents' house to celebrate my brother's birthday and my husband could not come with me because he was busy at work. We all sat down for dinner after the party, and my brother's girlfriend commented on how strange it was that my husband and I don't have any children despite being married for 7 years. I was shocked that she brought this up, but I gave her a short answer, stating that it was because of my infertility issues. She asked on which side, and I did not want to answer that, but my brother said it was on my side. I got uncomfortable as she looked at me for a second and said that maybe not having children now is a good thing because she thought women over 30 might produce defective babies due to age. I told her it was none of her business, but she said that she was only giving her honest opinion, and that's all. In return, I told her while maintaining eye contact. Trust me, if I wanted an asshole's opinion, I would have farted. Literally, everyone at the table burst out laughing and my brother and his girlfriend were stunned. A few seconds later, his girlfriend excused herself from the room and my brother followed. After they left, he sent me a text saying I was mean and disrespectful towards his girlfriend and insulted her maliciously just because she stated her honest opinion. He also said I ruined his birthday by being petty and making his girlfriend the joke of the night in front of the family. I did not respond, but he demanded an apology via mail as soon as possible, and my mother agreed that I should not have said what I said and should have simply ignored her knowing who she is. So guys, I think I might be the jerk, but I'm really not sure. Story number 4. I'm a 30-year-old female. Ryan, my husband, and I have been together for 5 years. Ryan comes from a very religious family and we have kept many aspects of our marriage private. We keep in touch with the family, but only see them on holidays and special occasions, such as weddings and baby showers. One of the most significant things they disapproved of was that we did not have our wedding in a church. It was such a big deal that we now hide aspects of our entire marriage, like the fact that we are going to be child-free. Ryan and I have an open marriage and have had an open relationship since we started dating, which the family is unaware of. So a few weeks ago, I was meeting up with another man at the bar. It was going well and I did not notice anything out of the ordinary. Well, today we went to Ryan's sister's baby shower. You know, the large baby shower was cancelled since the plague, so it really was dinner with his family. We arrived and everyone is staring at me with daggers. The entire thing is tense until we get to a slideshow on his sister, which shows pictures of the nursery and other baby stuff. In the slideshow, there was a picture of me with the man at the bar. It was not an innocent picture, and looking at everyone would think I was cheating. The whole family begins yelling at me and calling me a cheater and asking how dare I do this to Ryan. I look to Ryan for help, but he just remains silent. I try to get them to calm down, but nothing is working. So I simply yell out, Ryan and I have an open marriage. This causes everyone to start freaking out even more and we quickly leave. I am in the car with Ryan and he starts to yell at me about how I could tell his family that I completely betrayed his trust and that this will most likely ruin his relationship with his family. I am now enraged and say, so what? Would you rather make me look like a cheater than tell the truth? The argument continues for the rest of the car ride and he will not talk to me anymore. I guess that means I'll be sleeping on the couch.